تفضل أخي.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن اهتدى بهداهم إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. الشيخ عبد الرحمن bin Nasir al-Sa'di rahimahullah ta'ala says, more general and inclusive than that is the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal when He mentioned the prophets. They are those whom Allah had guided, so follow their guidance. So Allah Azza wa Jal commanded him to follow all of that which the prophets were upon in terms of guidance, which is beneficial knowledge, pure manners.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. فالإمام السعدي رحمه الله تعالى said وأصرح من هذا قوله تعالى. So أخي, in your translation maybe there's something added to this, or where are you?
الله عليكم. نعم شيخ, we completed the paragraph. We are on وأعم من ذلك وأشمله.
طيب نعم.
No.
So this is my mistake. طيب إذن
لا.
I want you to start from وأعم من ذلك in English. نعم.
No. أحسن الله عليكم. More general and inclusive than that is the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal when He mentioned the prophets. They are those whom Allah had guided, so follow their guidance. So Allah Azza wa Jal commanded him to follow all of that which the prophets were upon in terms of guidance, which is beneficial knowledge, pure manners.
نعم. فبهداه مقتده. Allah Azza wa Jal said فبهداه مقتده. طيب, where is the generality that the Shaykh is speaking about? Look, brothers, there are some rules that are linguistic, and that is why studying the Arabic language is of extreme importance. It is more important than studying the mustalah of hadith. Even though the mustalah of hadith is really important, the same thing with usul al-fiqh, extremely important, but learning the Arabic language is even more important. And this is what the ulama say, amongst whom is Imam ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala. As many of these branches of knowledge, many of these studies are based on the Arabic language as well, especially usul al-fiqh, especially the usul of fiqh, Islamic jurisprudence. طيب. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أولئك الذين هدى الله فبهداه مقتده. Where did they get that, the generality, that in every aspect and in every guidance that they were sent upon that you follow? Where did they get this from? Does anyone know the answer?
هداهم شيخ, هداهم.
What about it?
مفرد مضاف, هدى.
Sent. Now I can see two answers so far. One, the Sheikh said, وَعَلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامُ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ. And we have another, هُدَاهُمْ, because huda, mufrad, singular. And the dhamir, let's say, there is a pronoun in the Arabic word itself. One word, it has a singular noun attached with a pronoun. Like how in English there are suffixes. You have suffix, yani something that is attached to the word. And since we have singular that is attached, then we have mudaf and mudaf ilayh. And the rule that we are studying is when we have a singular or a plural, which is mudaf to a ma'rifah, to a ma'rifah. Remember that, ya Sheikh Muhammad. Remember that. Because we said last time, مضاف لمعرفة يعم, مضاف لنكرة يخص ولا يعم. Didn't we say this? Did we?
نعم شيخ, we did.
طيب,
We did now.
طيب, good. So you should remember this. So when it is attached to a definite, a word, then it means generality. So all their guidance, what they was sent for, tawheed and so on and so forth. طيب. But if it was attached to something indefinite, then it means that this is specific to this person. This is owned by this person. This is special to this person. طيب. So the Shaykh said, فَأَمَرَهُ اللَّهُ أَنْ يَقْتَدِيَ بِجَمِيعِ مَا عَلَيْهِ الْمُرْسَلُونَ مِنَ الْهُدَى. He commanded him to follow the guidance, all to follow. يقتدي meaning to follow, to take as a role model. What? The guidance of those who were sent before him, صلوات ربي وسلامه عليهم أجمعين. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. So Allah Azza wa Jal commanded him, i.e. the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to follow all of that which the Prophets were upon in terms of guidance, which is beneficial knowledge, pure manners, righteous deeds, and steadfast and upright guidance. And this ayah is an evidence for the well-known principle. Is an evidence or evidence. No. Is an evidence for the well-known principle. The legislation of the نعم شيخ. So there might
وهذه الآية أحد الأدلة is one of the evidences على الأصل المعروف, to the well-known rule or يعني fundamental principle, أن شرع من قبلنا شرع لنا ما لم يرد شرعنا بخلافه. ما لم يرد عفوا شرعنا بخلافه. نعم.
نعم أحسن الله إليكم. The legislation of those before us is our legislation.
No,
as
Sheikh.
long as our...
No, Sheikh. The religion of those before us. أن شرع من قبلنا, يعني you can say maybe you can say religious legislation. Maybe. Maybe. Wallahi, it could work. It could work. Legislation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But from what I understand here is what is part of the deen back then is part of the deen for us. So what was deen back then is deen for us now. What was part of the religion back then is part of the religion for us now. And this needs explanation, by the way, and we will explain it inshallah azza wa jal. And Sheikh Muhammad, I want you to write this in and do we have someone else? Naam, we have Yazan and Ali. I want you to write in Arabic and English. So I will translate. I will read in Arabic. One of you writes in Arabic and one writes in English. Muhammad, you write in Arabic, and Ali and Yazan, they will write in English. واضح?
نعم شيخ واضح.
طيب. Continue reading. بارك الله فيك.
أحسن الله إليكم is an evidence for the well-known principle. The religion of those before us is our religion as long as our religion does not oppose it.
Is a religion for us. Better to say our religion. Is a religion for us. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. And the religion of the previous prophets is guidance that they were given in the fundamentals and the branches of the religion.
Now we have a problem. Allahumma barik, yani you're all smart. So a smart student might say, look, we hear from the ulama and the mashayikh that Islam nasakha, abrogated ma qablahu min ash-shara'i', has abrogated the previous religions. So how we are reading here in this book that the usul and the furu', the fundamentals and the branches that are based on the fundamentals of the religions, what is for them is for us. For example, at the time of Yusuf alayhi salam, they used to bow for one another as a form of salutation. And now this is abrogated. This is not allowed. This is kufr. But how do we reconciliate? The answer as follows. I will say it in Arabic and I will translate in English, insha'Allahu azza wa jal. شرع من قبلنا إن أقره شرعنا فهو شرع لنا بالاتفاق. شرع من قبلنا إن أقره شرعنا فهو شرع لنا بالاتفاق. The deen of those, the religion of those before us, is a religion for us when our religion, i.e. Islam, approves of it, and this is by the agreement of the scholars. So what was religion back then is religion for us now. But when our religion approves of it, this is by the agreement of the scholars. إن نسخ شرع من قبلنا فهو ليس شرعا لنا بالاتفاق. إن نسخ شرع من قبلنا فهو ليس شرعا لنا بالاتفاق. If the religion of those before us is abrogated, then it is not a religion for us by the agreement of the ulama. So far, so clear? I can see both chats. So far, so clear? Sheikh Muhammad says yes. Hiya Aba Khalid. Maybe he's working. Hiya Yazan.
Can you just repeat the second one, please?
Do you want me to explain or just repeat it?
I'm writing down the English version.
Okay, طيب. Because I said it in two different ways, يعني, in order to give you more. طيب, شرع من قبلنا, you can say the religion of those before us, or you can say what is part of the religion for them is not part of the religion for us, or is not religion for us when it is abrogated by the agreement, not consensus, the agreement of the ulama, the scholars. طيب. مثل التماثيل كانت تعمل في عهد سليمان وكانت جائزة. مثل التماثيل كانت تعمل في عهد سليمان وكانت جائزة. Like statues, they used to be made at the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam, or alayhi salatu wassalam, and it was permissible, like the statues that were used to be made at the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam, and it was permissible. ومثل سجود التحية كان جائزا في شرع من قبلنا. Likewise is the prostration of greeting or salutation. ومثل سجود التحية كان جائزا في شرع من قبلنا. Like or likewise the prostration of salutation, it was permissible in the religion of those who were before us. Or you can say was part of the religion of those before us. طيب. Now, الآن, now we will discuss the matter that is the dividing line. So we have things that are agreed upon. Now I'm explaining, huh? We have things that are agreed upon that they are part of our deen, that used to be part of their deen. Why? Because our religion permitted them. And there are things which are abrogated. Our religion, Islam, does not permit them anymore. Is this clear? Like Tawheed, for example, like Salah, our religion, like Siyam, fasting, Tawheed and prayer, Salah and fasting. This was at the time of, and Hajj as well. All the messengers made Hajj. And the same thing in Islam. There are things that were abrogated, like statues, like, as we said, the prostration of Tahiyyah, and so on. This was permissible, but it was abrogated. This is by the agreement of the ulama. We have one more area that we did not touch upon. وقع اكتب يا شيخ محمد بارك الله فيك. وقع الخلاف في شرع من قبلنا إذا سكت عنه شرعنا. وقع الخلاف في شرع من قبلنا إذا سكت عنه شرعنا لم ينسخه ولم يقره. لم ينسخه ولم يقره. And disagreement happened in the part of religion, or in the religion of those before us, which our religion remained silent regarding it. So it did not abrogate it nor permit it. It did not permit it nor abrogate it. ولكن, focus with me, because this is the mistake that many people make, and this is when they start not understanding anymore. They say, I don't understand. How is this? Because of this. ولكن هذا ينطبق على النصوص التي وردت عندنا. ولكن هذا ينطبق على النصوص التي وردت عندنا. أما عندهم فنحن مأمورون بأن لا نصدقه ولا نكذبه. However, this is applied on the nusus, meaning the texts that we have received based on our texts, meaning the Quran and the Sunnah. Based on our texts, based on the Quran and the Sunnah, in parentheses. However, what they have, يعني the texts that they have, like the Old Testament, the New Testament, and so on, we are commanded not to believe nor belie them. We are commanded neither to believe them nor belie them. And if you wanted to use the negative, you say we are commanded not to believe them, or belie them. And this is a mistake for translators. They use something called double negative, a double negative, which is not allowed in the English language. You say, he is not, for example, something, nor. No, you say or. Because if you want to say nor, you say he is neither so and so nor. This is to the extent of my knowledge. But you cannot say he doesn't so and so nor. This is called double negative. So keep that in mind. طيب. what is left is the last thing that the Shaykh has mentioned. He divided the religion into fundamentals and branches. يعني main things and subsidiary things. يعني main and that which is under the main, subsidiary. So the main is what? Is aqidah. And subsidiary are the acts of worship like salah, siyam, zakah, and so on and so forth. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala had a problem with this. And rightly so. He had a problem with this division when it comes, that is done by some of the ulama. He had a problem with this. He said, okay, the main, you are saying the fundamental principles, the usul are the aqidah, and salah is not usul? How? Salah is not usul? Prayer. If you leave prayer, if you abandon a prayer, you are a kafir. Who said this? The Messenger salawatu rabbi wa salamuhu alayhi. He said, العهد الذي بيننا وبينهم الصلاة فمن تركها فقد كفر. The pledge between us and them, or the covenant between us and them, is salah. So whosoever abandons it, he has committed kufr. And also the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, بين العبد والكفر والشرك ترك الصلاة. What is between the abd, the worshipper of Allah, and disbelief and polytheism? Kufr and shirk. Al-kufr, al-shirk. Huh? Definite, meaning major. Tarkus salah, the abandonment of prayer. Abandoning salah. So how is salah something subsidiary? La. So he had a problem with this. Who agreed with him? Who knows? Do you know Akhi Ali? Who agreed with Shaykh al-Islam?
Shaykh ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah.
أحسنت. نعم. Ibn Uthaymin. And I believe also Ibn al-Qayyim. أحسنتم, both of you. Barakallah fikum. I am shaky on Ibn al-Qayyim. 70%, yeah. I believe also Ibn al-Qayyim agreed with him. And also Shaykh ibn Uthaymin. And I believe I read it in his explanation of At-Tadmuriyya, if I'm not mistaken. So, Ibn al-Qayyim and Ibn Uthaymin. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. Say, Ustad, you made a mistake. Say, Abdul Aziz, you made a mistake. No nicknames. We don't want nicknames. Abdul Aziz, you, brother, you made a mistake. Ibn al-Qayyim did not agree. You understand? So look, when I'm not sure, I might have made a mistake. طيب. And the Shaykh ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala, and rightly so, ya akhwa, rightly so. But look, what do the ulama say? They say this division is not taken by the meaning. They are just differentiating between that which has to do with aqidah, meaning what you firmly believe with your heart, things that have to do with the hereafter, things that have to do with Allah Azza wa Jal, His names, attributes, and so on, and what comes in the hereafter, like al-hawd and adab al-qabr and the resurrection and the scale and so on. So these are matters of aqidah. So they say these are usul, but that in no way, shape, or form belittles the acts of worship like salah, siyam, zakah, and so on and so forth. So it's only a distinction, without paying attention to the meaning of these categories. So no one comes and says subsidiary, meaning it's less important. We say no, we don't agree to this. So when you say usul and furu', what is meant is aqidah and actions, acts of worship. Is this clear, ya ikhwa? Now, if it's clear, we move on. Ya Shaykh Muhammad. Naam.
أحسن الله إليكم. Sheikh, the last sentence was فنحن مأمورون بألا نصدق ولا نكذب.
بألا نصدقه
Okay.
ولا نكذبه.
Okay.
نعم.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum.
Likewise, like
Sheikh, also, طيب, this is a فائدة. Sometimes you see أن نصدقه instead of نصدقه. Is this allowed, Ya Sheikh Muhammad? Only to our dear brother Muhammad.
so saying ألا نصدقه.
For example, is it, can we say أن and afterwards would come a فعل مضارع that is by ضمة instead of فتحة? Can we do that?
If the an is مخففة من أن.
بارك الله فيك. أحسنت أحسنت. اللهم بارك. اللهم بارك. علم أن سيكون منكم مرضى. So somebody, when he learns grammar, he says أن سيكون. We say no, this is المخفف. اللهم بارك يا Sheikh Muhammad. Maybe you should give me اللهم بارك tutoring in the Nahu. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. And make use of Sheikh Muhammad. By the way, brothers, yani you're all brothers here, and you yani sit with our dear brother Muhammad. So say, Akhi Muhammad, let's read something in Nahu. And the same thing with our dear brother, I don't know if you know him, Yusuf. Also Yusuf, Allahumma barik. Yani use your brothers as well. Say, Akhi, teach me if you have time. 15 minutes a week, a day. Why not? Half an hour weekly. Sit down together and learn. Make use of your brothers who are good at something. Naam.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. Likewise, the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, and verily this is my straight path, so follow it. This comprises all of that which He has legislated for His worshippers in terms of acting, abandoning, believing, and submitting. And He attributed it, i.e. the straight path, to Himself in this ayah due to...
Again, وَهَذَا يَعُمُّ جَمِيعَ مَا شَرَعَهُ لِعِبَادِهِ فِعْلًا وَتَرْكًا. So, start from فِعْلًا.
In terms of acting, abandoning, believing, and submitting.
انقياد. Is it submitting, Sheikh? Because اعتقادا, believing, submitting is also believing, no? And qiyadan meaning to submit and to follow as well, right? So
No.
how do we translate that? Who can help us, inshallah?
Adhering?
Adhering, ahsant, na'am, better than submitting. So take that out. Take that out. Say adhering. And adhering, na'am, ahsant, barakallahu feek. Na'am.
And He attributed it, i.e. the straight path, to Himself in this ayah, due to Him being the one who has prepared it for His worshippers. Just as He attributed...
And this is what Shaykh bin Uthaymeen explains when he makes tafsir. Exactly what his Shaykh, Al-Imam Al-Sa'di, is saying. So Allah Azza wa Jal said, وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. So Allah said, صِرَاطِي, my sirat, my way. So this is, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attributed this to Himself because He is the one who has made it for His ibad, legislated it. So His ibad, His worshippers, follow it. طيب, and also Allah Azza wa Jal attributed the sirat, meaning the straight way, or the straight path, to His ibad. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. This attribution is in regards to them because they are the ones who follow this sirat. So these are two meanings. One that has to do with Allah, as He is the creator and He is the legislator, and the second one is in regards to us because we are the followers of the creator and the followers of the following the rules of the one who legislated these rules. نعم. عجيبة هذه. This is a فائدة. نعم.
أحسن الله إليكم. Just as He attributed it to the ones who He has bestowed His grace upon, in His statement, the path of those on whom you have bestowed your grace. This is due to them being the ones who tread and follow it. Hence, the path of the prophets, the truly honest and sincere ones, the martyrs and the righteous ones, whom Allah Azza wa Jal has bestowed His grace upon, is everything that they are described with in terms of knowledge, manners, characteristics, and actions.
Guys, متصفوا. So you translated ma as umum and everything. أحسنت. نعم. And instead, as-siddiqeen, write it in Arabic and put the meaning in parentheses. And this term, exactly this term, صديق, هو اللي بلغ درجة الصديقية, is the one who has reached the level of صديقية. It would be very, very beneficial and beautiful to put the tafsir of Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen for this word as a footnote. What is a صديق? What is a صديقية? Shaykh Muhammad?
No, inshallah, Shaykh.
نعم.
Assalamu alaikum. And similarly, his statement, and associate none as a partner in the worship of his Rabb. All of the acts of worship come under that. The apparent ones, the hidden ones, the belief-based acts of worship, and those based on actions. Also, when Allah Azza wa Jalla described His
because بعبادة ربه, عبادة ربه, مفرد مضاف. We said مضاف and مضاف إليه are two words that have one meaning. Like the security guard, it means one person. Like the imam of the imam of salah or the imam of masjid, one person, two words, one. If you say imam, people will not understand. If you say masjid, people will not understand. They say imam, they think he is a scholar. You say masjid, they say the place where we pray. You say security, people think about safety. You say guard, they might think as an athlete who's a guard for a certain position, like in basketball, for example. Somebody might think this, and so on. So when you say security guard, they say, a person who is in charge of security. You say the imam of the masjid, they know the one that leads the prayer in salah. This is what is meant by mudaf and mudaf ilayh. This is what is meant by that. So here we have ibadati rabbihi, the worship of his Rabb. So worship of his Rabb, two words, meaning the ibadah to Allah Azza wa Jal. And ibadah, worship, is singular. So singular and mudaf, meaning all types of ibadah, every single ibadah. According to the qa'idah, to the rule that we are reading, rule number 5. Now when you read the Quran, when Abu Khalid, for example, reads the Quran, he says, وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ بِجَمِيعِ الْعِبَادَاتِ, every act of worship. Now I understand. So no one can come and say, but if I make tawakkul on other than Allah, then it's okay. We say, no, tawakkul on Allah is worship. So any type of worship, you cannot associate any other with Allah. Why? Because mufrad, mudaf, ya'um. Yazan reads, وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. Look, we studied with our brother Abdul Aziz that mufrad, mudaf, ya'um. And here, I am meeting this person and he's making dua to other than Allah. He's sacrificing to other than Allah. He is fearing in his heart other than Allah, someone who's dead. He says, no, these are ibadat. And here we have, لا يشرك بعبادة ربه, mufrad mudaf. Then it means any type of ibadah. And then Ali says, I studied with brother Abdul Aziz, ahada, nakira. Oh, wait, this is nakira. ولا يشرك في سياق النهي. Allah said, ولا يشرك. He does not associate any others. So we studied that an indefinite word in the context of nahi or nafi or shart. It includes, it is umum, meaning everyone. So we do not associate anyone in any kind of worship. You see the meaning of the ayah now? We studied the rules. So you don't associate anyone. You don't associate anyone, right? Why? Because we have nakira in the context of refutation. طيب. بعبادة ربي, we have mufrad mudaf. طيب, meaning in any type of, so anyone and any type of worship. طيب. Sheikh Muhammad is reminding me on private, saying, Akhi, you forgot. What did I forget? He said also the masdar in لا يشرك. نعم أحسنت. We said الفعل. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا عبد الحكيم. الفعل يدل على الحدث والزمن. A verb, we said, indicates an action and time. طيب. What is? And we said that the masdar indicates what, Ya Sheikh Muhammad?
نعم شيخ. The masdar indicates the
indicates
حدث.
الحدث. أحسنت. It's the noun that indicates the حدث, meaning he does not do إشراكا. لا يعمل إشراكا. طيب, we have a third generality here, that he doesn't do any type of shirk. He doesn't do any association in any act of worship, in anything with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Look at the Quran. Who speaks like this? Look at the balagha. Just 4 words, 5 words. Don't do any type of association in any act of worship dedicated to anyone or anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. This is for the person. Which person is this? وَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ. The one who is hoping for meeting his Lord, his Rabb. لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا. Let him do righteous deeds. وَعَلَيكُمْ السَّلَامُ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ. وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. And he doesn't do any type of association in any act of worship to anyone or anything other than Allah Azza wa Jal. توحيد upon توحيد upon توحيد. 3 عمومات in the ayah. You understand? Balagha, rhetorically powerful. But we are weak. We are ignorant. وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ. We are reading, just reciting, not understanding what we're reading. That's why when we read Al-Qawaid, when we know the rules, now our eyes are opened. Our eyes are opened. When I'm reading the Quran, I'm like, look, there is here nakira, look, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Na'am. Wallahi, look, we have brothers and sisters that join our lessons. It is better for fitna that you do not say, so I will remove this, that you do not say that you are a woman, or that you, because fitna, you never know, somebody might bother you, might send you messages, and the shaitan, haris, is looking for these things, so that you start doing something which is haram, like speaking to each other in private. You understand? Barakallahu fikum. So, always for women, it is better not to say that you are a woman. Na'am.
أحسن الله إليكم. نعم شيخ. Ali will continue inshallah. I have to go.
La. So where are we? Where are we? كما نعم. We will stop here
نعم كما أن.
We don't want to burden you staying afterwards and asking Ali and so on and so forth. And by the way, this is an excellent job translating. So well done to you both. Ya Akhi Muhammad, Ya Akhi Ali. Excellent job. Barakallahu fikum. And I believe you have some of the brothers joining, Yazan as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this heavy on your scales on the day of judgment. We will have some minutes, inshallah Azza wa Jal, on Zoom. So Akhi Ali, send the rabit, barakallahu fiqh, send the rabit for Zoom for questions. And we're only going to take a few questions as time is extremely scarce. Allahumma اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولوالديهم ولذرياتهم ولمشايخنا وعلمائنا وولاة أمرنا وللمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وأنعم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.